And this ain't financial advice.
You know, I sit here early in the morning and I think about the future, what the future holds, where the whole cryptocurrency markets will go, what will happen with Bitcoin, what will happen with Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, Dogecoin. And gosh, it's chaos in the comments section. As I'm sure you all know, it's a real mutiny on the bounty out there when the markets go down, and people's true desperation and emotions, they just flare up, you know. And some people can handle it better than others. Some people have big diamond brass balls, and some people have little tiny. No, they don't have anything. They just freak out, and they can't ignore the next greatest sales pitch. You know what I mean? The truth is that none of us know the future. If we did, we'd all be exorbitantly wealthy. That's the reality of it. And it's the reality that we all have to live with. All we can do is really look back on the past as somewhat of an indicator of what the future may hold. But past results are not indications of future performance, as we've probably heard a million times in markets, which is very true. You know, change is inevitable. The status quo will be defied, and what was normal yesterday will not be normal today in so many different ways. Although, what do they say? History doesn't repeat itself, but it certainly does rhyme. Well, if I look at my limited time on this earth and I say, how many of my friends in the past got rich quick? And how many of my friends who got rich did it slowly over a period of years by building something that took time and was tedious and was arduous? You know, I have one good friend. I feel like he was always trying to get rich quick when he was young. And then one day he said, you know what? I'm just going to stick with one thing. And he has stuck with that one thing for, almost 10 years now. And he's wildly successful. And I think what he learned from that was that, you know what? In the immortal words of Pink Floyd, all in all, it's just another brick in the wall. And you have to keep putting the bricks in to build the wall. You're not going to wake up and magically have a wall bestowed upon you inside of your giant castle. It just doesn't work that way. I mean, yes, you could win the lottery, but it's statistically highly unlikely. And I can look at myself and the things that I tried to get rich quick on when I was younger. And you soon there find out that stuff doesn't really work. You get poor fast doing things like that. Get rich quick schemes tend to put you in debt. Yeah. Comment down below if you've ever had a get rich quick scheme put you in debt. Yeah. Okay. I think we all have learned that last year. Okay, this is doing the opposite of what I was trying to accomplish here. I have debt now. Well, I told you I was up early. So I was saying that, get rich quick turns into get debt fast. So it is what it is. And, you look at Cardano and the foundations and fundamentals that they've built on the largest proof-of-stake blockchain in the world, most decentralized blockchain in the world, and just wonder what the future is going to be. They say Australians largely bet on Cardano. They say Americans largely bet on Dogecoin. And it shows two of the mentalities right there, I would have to say. I am beyond proud, beyond elated to bring the new wave of DeFi to the Cardano community as part of Nerd. Folks, we are opening up Nerd 2 and Nerd 3. So if you want to stake in any of our Nerd pools, all of them will be participating in the Sunday Swap token distribution We will give you the details as they come to us, as we know them. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands so much, but I'm part Italian, so I just feel like, So, up early, couldn't sleep, staring at the ceiling, thinking about the future, reflecting on the past, reflecting on big wins I've had and big losses I've had too. And I think in the future, you say, how do I minimize the losses and increase the wins? Well, if we only knew. If we only knew, there would be less mutiny in the comments section. That is right. I remember so many good projects back in 2017. I mean, they had shiny branding on it. EOS is just one of the top ones. I mean, Tron was going to be the next big thing. Omise Go. Verge, the Verge fam. What else? I mean, literally the list is insanely long. Rentberry. Does anybody remember Rentberry? I mean, the marketing behind that, they raised $30 million. Go look at the Rentberry chart. Okay? See what kind of projects stick around. Because it's few and far between. I mean, just Google some of these projects. I mean, and they became top 20 coins. There's no way to tell the future. You know what I mean? All you can really do, at least in my position with limited knowledge of the back end, and even if you are a back end developer, it's not like you're scrubbing through all the code of Cardano, nor would you know the future. There's 100,000 things that could go wrong. There's no guarantees in life, okay? And at the end of the day, you have to kind of say to yourself, okay, I can go this way. It looks more looks more dangerous, okay? But they have more fundamentals. So maybe it's safer and it's longer. But everyone's telling me not to go that way. Or I'd go this way, which they're saying is faster. And it seems quicker. And it's kind of like the Robert Frost poem, I chose the road less traveled and it made all the difference. I guess that's sort of where I'm trying to go with that. At the end of the day, you kind of, I hate to use a gambling analogy, but you sort of have to put your chips down on the table and let them fall where they will. Sometimes things don't always go your way. Okay, there's been many great companies with many great leaders, many great teams, and for whatever reason, those companies were not successful to no fault of their own in many cases. And all you can do is do as much due diligence as possible, dig as deep as you can, vet the people who are giving you the information as best as you can. I talk to people, I talk to developers who are so bullish on Cardano it would make your head spin. And I've also talked to developers who are so bearish on Cardano that think it's such a Ponzi scheme that it would make your head spin. And you kind of say, what is going on here? And then your next question is, what is in your wallet? You know what I mean? But if you just go back to the fundamentals of the Bitcoin white paper, Cardano has a parallel alignment to that. And we are the largest proof-of-stake network. We have over 3,000 delegators. We have over 3,000 nodes running. We have almost 1 million delegation wallets. We have a community that vastly outweighs the large majority. And when I look back at a lot of those old projects, Tron, EOS, Omise Go, Rentberry, what was the other one that did like a moonshot? Verge, what the heck was that other one? It was like the PayPal that one actually did pretty good. Oh, Utrust. Those were, like, where are they now? I'm not saying they're not going to do stuff in the future, because I think there's still application to some of those projects, but like their shine, their moment in the spotlight, it's not what it once was. You know what? Cher had her heyday. It doesn't mean she's never going to be in another movie again. But then Madonna had her day. Doesn't mean she's never going to be in another movie again. It's just, how do we find the timeless classic? You know what I mean? Where's the Elton John of crypto? He's a timeless classic, right? Where's the Rolling Stones? Where's the Beatles? And that's kind of the funny thing to compare musicians to cryptos, because they all have, their moment. Some have bigger moments, some have smaller moments, some have more of impact, less of an impact, but some of them last the test of time. Very few, very, very few. But with that being said, I think it's safe to say that in the future, there's not just going to be one band, and there's not just going to be one crypto. I mean, wouldn't that be akin to being like, no, the Beatles are the only people who make music, and that is it. There's Beatles music or no music. No. Some people like the Beatles because the Beatles are right for certain situations, just like some people might like Polygon because that's right for certain situations. Okay? You might like the Rolling Stones for some situations. You might like Cardano for other situations. The problem with the cryptocurrency industry, though, is there's just so much lying and so much intellectual dishonesty that goes on. And even as somebody who's not a developer myself, I can do a little hacking here and there, but, I'm certainly not a developer, wouldn't want to lead you to believe that. I see the dishonesty at the highest level and at the lowest level too. I mean, you'll see people in the comment section, the Reddit trolls, the Twitter trolls, who just by the sheer basis of the things that they're saying, are lying. They're just lying. They're just repeating something else that they heard, but it's so far off base and so far from just a basic conceptual understanding of what blockchain even is. It makes what they're saying not true. And they spread that to other people. And that spreads to other people. And those people tend to be the people who are investing in Dogecoin because they have the least amount of knowledge of the industry. With the hands again. So they spread bad information to the people with the least knowledge about something, ultimately, inevitably, historically, popping the bubble. And back to companies that have failed to no fault of their own. They may have had sound fundamentals, a sound team, all the money, but all the wrong information got spread to all the wrong people. So I would encourage everybody who watches this channel to educate themselves, continue to educate themselves, and to spread the correct knowledge to people, to help educate the people who are YOLOing into Dogecoin as to why maybe, if we're comparing apples to apples, something like Cardano, something even like Ethereum, may be a more sound investment. Not financial advice, of course, but if people did understand that, I think that it would give more credence to projects that have more legitimacy, that don't have dog cartoons on them. And it would actually give those good companies or those good projects or those good foundations the opportunity to truly grow and flourish and truly change the world that we live in. Charles said something in his, what was the name of the video? The post-truth economy. And he said, look, good marketing can just get us to trade one centralized system for another. And blockchain at the end of the day can be used for good or for evil. Okay? Blockchain could be used to essentially enslave people digitally. Digital slaves, baby. So, before everybody jumps on the bandwagon of everyone pumping out buzzwords of it's decentralized. Do your own due diligence and start by saying how many nodes are running on this particular blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana. Who are the people running those nodes? Steak with Nerd, I run one of them on Cardano. And what are the fundamental principles behind this project? Who's running the project? And who are they in bed with? Who are they in bed with financially? And what are the vision of the founders? Do the founders have any vision? Is the vision of the founders just to be on a mega yacht in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea? Or is it to help mankind as we know it? Because I can assure you, enslaving people digitally, which I think we've all seen anyway, before the blockchain boom of 2021, is a horrifically bad thing, to put people in a digital prison. And if you think blockchain's doesn't have the power to put you even more in a digital prison, you need to wake up and really do your own due diligence as to why it's important to decentralize something like this Pandora's box moment. Now, this is just me, my 2 cents, and hopefully this video still exists in 2031 or 2041. And whether Cardano made it or not, I hope that decentralization makes it. Because at the end of the day, tyrants are corrupted by power and money. And I believe in power to the people, you know? Well, folks, appreciate you tuning in, appreciate you being here. And if I don't see you, I'll see you on the internet. I'm out.
Steak with Nerd